In a move that has sent shockwaves throughout South Africa, retired General Mkhwanazi, one of the country's most respected and feared figures in the military and intelligence community, has issued an ultimatum to President Cyril Ramaphosa. The message is blunt, direct, and chilling: you have 7 days to speak. Silence will no longer protect you. The warning comes amid escalating controversy surrounding the mysterious death of Nathim Thethwa, a key political figure whose sudden passing has thrown the nation into turmoil. While official narratives have tried to frame Thethwa's death as natural, leaks from insiders, investigative journalists, and now Mkhwanazi himself suggest a far more sinister story, a story of hidden agendas, high-level corruption, and a cover-up reaching the very top of government. In a public statement released earlier today, Mkhwanazi's tone left no room for misinterpretation. "The nation deserves the truth, and the truth cannot wait," the general said. "President Ramaphosa, you have 7 days to address the people and disclose what you know. Any attempt to delay, evade, or obscure the facts will no longer be tolerated." The general's warning is not without basis. Investigations surrounding Thethwa's death have uncovered a tangled web of communications, secret meetings, and alleged evidence implicating high-ranking officials. According to sources close to the inquiry, Mkhwanazi has already submitted crucial intelligence to select investigative bodies, documents, recordings, and testimony that reportedly paint a damning picture of misconduct at the highest levels of power. The specifics remain closely guarded, but insiders suggest that these materials indicate a pattern of decisions and actions by those in Ramaphosa's inner circle that could amount to criminal negligence, or worse. Mkhwanazi, who has spent decades in positions of authority and who has intimate knowledge of national security operations, is reportedly convinced that the time for diplomacy and secrecy has passed. The fallout from Mkhwanazi's statement is already being felt across the country. Political analysts warn that the next 7 days could reshape South Africa's leadership landscape. Protests are forming in major cities, fueled by outrage over the lack of transparency and the perception that justice from Thethwa has been delayed. Social media is ablaze with speculation, accusations, and calls for accountability. "South Africa is entering uncharted territory," said one political commentator. "This is not just a political skirmish. The general's warning signals a potential constitutional and security crisis. The next week could decide the fate of the nation's leadership." Members of Parliament have reportedly held emergency closed-door meetings, discussing how to respond if Ramaphosa fails to comply with the 7-day deadline. Meanwhile, whispers in political corridors suggest that factions within the ANC are already preparing contingency plans, fearing that the president's silence could trigger an internal revolt. While the political and military elite scramble behind the scenes, the South African public watches with growing anxiety. Streets across the country have seen demonstrations demanding answers, with citizens holding vigils and rallies in memory of Thethwa, insisting that justice must be served. Mkhwanazi's message has clearly resonated beyond the corridors of power. Ordinary South Africans are interpreting it as a rare show of moral courage, a reminder that even those who have served the nation in secrecy can rise to defend the truth. The 7-day countdown now looms over the nation, a stark reminder that the clock is ticking and history is watching. The coming days promise high-stakes drama. Will President Ramaphosa break his silence and address the allegations head-on? Or will he attempt to weather the storm, risking further political isolation, public outrage, and potentially legal consequences? Analysts warn that the consequences of inaction could be catastrophic, not only for the presidency but for the stability of the nation itself. General Mkhwanazi's ultimatum is more than a warning, it is a declaration. 7 days remain for truth, accountability, and transparency. South Africa waits, tense and uncertain, as the countdown continues. The nation stands at a crossroads, and the decisions made in the coming week could echo through its history for decades to come.